Okay, so hello everyone and welcome to May's Circle of Light with A to Z Healing Space. Thank you, Reba, and thank you each of you for being here. It's wonderful to have so many of you here, whether you're here live or on replay. And we're going to be led first in a short meditation by the Archangel Metatron of Absolute Light today. And then we're going to receive an abundance activation from some of the Indian Ascended Masters with some guest gods and goddesses of Absolute Light. So I feel we're very fortunate to be able to have that guest appearance here today. So if everyone would like to begin by just coming into the centered place within your heart, letting your eyes gently close and taking 2 breaths deep into your heart space now. And now just setting your intention for our time together today. Setting this within your heart and also asking that this energy is amplified, the energy of your intention is amplified by the beings of Absolute Light who are joining us live on the call today. And we're going to begin by seeing a column of crystalline light that comes down from our sacral chakra, passing through our root chakra, and grounding us into the very center of the earth. And taking some breaths here as we feel this deep connection to the earth and all the support that the earth has for us. And in particular, the support that is now available for us on our highest ascension timelines. Now, at this time on the face of the planet. Mother Gaia says that she is pouring her crystalline ascension light codes into the energetic space in which we are gathered now. Thank you. And she wishes us to visualize it as like a fountain and shower of crystalline diamond light being poured upon our heads now. With flecks of green light and flecks of yellow light too. Well, she says that many of us gathered in this space now need help with strengthening our solar plexus chakras. And she wishes us to take our right hand and place them on the point at which the solar plexus chakra is located at the kind of center point of the ribs where they come together, at the base there, below our hearts. And to visualize breathing her deep emerald green and the crystalline energy of light that is supporting us all on our highest ascension path, deeply into our solar plexus chakras now. Thank you. And as we breathe into this energy, she says that she is sending a blessing of love into the energetic space in which each of us as an individual is located now. That we should feel this as a feeling of peace, perhaps, or calmness, or perhaps in some cases as overwhelming emotion, as that which is has been trapped is allowed to release. As we feel the love of Mother, Divine Mother Earth, thank you, pouring into us and filling completely our energetic bodies and fields now. She asks that as we sit in this place of connection to the energy of the earth, of the higher dimensions, and of connection to this divine mother love and support for us that she has, we simply rest in this place in silence for a few moments or minutes now, allowing ourselves to be held. and the energy of divine source consciousness, the divine masculine and divine father energy, is now also coming in as if through an opening in the top of our crown. A direct pillar of light connecting with this energy that we have been gathering and pooling within our chakra system and within our bodies now. And flooding the entirety of our chakra system with this divine source light now. And as we continue to stay centered in the energy of 11D and above Earth, the Archangel Metatron of Absolute Light and the other Archangels of Absolute Light are now going to support us in connecting with a greater energy of abundance and greater flow in our lives in this area. They ask us, as they do this, to first simply visualize a stream of golden light coming in through our crown chakra. Now, and coming all the way down to our hearts. And then down to and through our sacral chakras, where the energy of Mother Earth and Divine Mother is still pooled and supporting us in integrating these light codes of abundance that are now coming in. And then allowing this energy to come down and to settle in our root chakra now. Putting our focus on widening that column of golden light. So that it reaches out beyond the edges of our physical body. And perceiving of ourself as surrounded in and completely held by this golden energy of abundance coming in from source light above. As we rest in this energy, this divine energy of abundance, the abundance that is ours to claim and is our birthright now. Thank you. And the Archangel Metatron of Absolute Light is going to continue to support us as we read and repeat together some abundance affirmations that he has given to me in advance. He says there's going to be a sound of clicking as we do so, which will help these to be integrated into our physical body and our energetic fields more easily and with more ease and grace. And he wishes for me to read them once and for you then to repeat them 3 times. He says you can either do this in your head or you can do this aloud as you prefer. And the first affirmation we'll be working with is simply, I am love. I am love. I am love. And continuing to repeat each one 3 times after it is said, the next one is, I am joy. I am abundance. I am aligned with divine abundance. I am aligned with divine abundance, and divine abundance is coming to me. I am all abundance. I am all abundance, and all abundance is coming to me now. They say that this is also a powerful clearing for many of our throat chakras, and perhaps some of our other chakras areas too, allowing us to speak up in ways that allow us to receive the abundance that is coming to us, particularly at this time. That is the particular activation that is being enacted upon the chakras. And the last abundance affirmation that we are to work with is quite long. So they say we will be splitting it into 3 parts. So repeat each part 3 times. All abundance that is aligned with my soul is coming to me as I align with my greater soul purpose now. And affirming to yourself that you are choosing now to align with the divine in your life, the divine essence of self, and a greater embodiment of that. And also support from the divine without, in ways that support each of you in being a greater embodiment of your soul purpose as you walk in the world. For they are saying that there is much support that is available to us who are aligning with this at this time. And although it may not feel like it at the moment, a shifting of the wealth in the world is being enacted, and the wealth is to come more than it has done in the past towards those who are spiritually aligned and walking the path of their spiritual destiny now. at this very important time on the face of the planet. And they wish us to trust in this, trust in the abundance that is available for us, remembering always that we live in an abundant universe where everything is provided, that just as the flowers and the trees are allowed and able easily and with grace to receive the rain and the sunshine that supports them. Thank you. So everything we need is also coming in for us. Whether we can see it now at this point or not, they say we are to trust this, because they are saying that for some of us, including for some of us in this particular gathering of souls, we are likely to see a dip in our income before we see this begin to be made manifest in the world. They ask that we keep trusting that as long as we are aligned with our soul path, then we are aligning with the abundance of the divine that is available for us. And as we keep trusting in this, to keep taking concrete steps in alignment with the guidance that we receive, as well as to keep visualizing abundance coming into us. And I suggest that the meditation that we have done this morning, your this evening, is something that you can return to, both on replay or after the replay is finished. You can also just simply visualize it in your mind and visualize that stream and flow of greater abundance and divine aligned abundance coming into your life. Well, they are saying that as we are moving forward as a collective into a greater and truer embodiment of the light that we are and came here to embody, the abundance that is not aligned with our divine soul purpose may indeed fall away. That this will indeed be the case for some of us, but we are not to worry, because more than anything, this is an incentive for us to move forward at this time on the planet when humanity and indeed the earth herself needs us to be aligned with our highest soul purpose and the purpose for which we came. It may feel scary to us at times. It may feel to us like we are not supported at times, but rather than trying to clutch and to grasp at the old and to return that which has been ours in the past and the means of gaining abundance that we have had in the past that do not now feel soul aligned, it is better for us to continue walking forward in trust in a soul aligned way. For the light codes that are coming into the planet at this time are ensuring that those of us who are aligning with our soul will be supported, even if it is to a lesser degree than we have been so far. We will find that at the very least our basic needs are met, and that when we have need of doing something to support us in our path of aligning with our highest soul timeline or on our ascension path, the abundance for that too will be forthcoming. For that is the times we are living in, the times that are asking us to come into a soul aligned place and to align with the highest ascension timeline for ourselves and also for the whole collective. And the way that we do this is by aligning with our own highest soul timeline and all that we came here to do and the gifts that we came here to share, and to be the active embodiment of these in the world, sharing these freely and with love, but also asking and claiming the abundance that is our divine birthright, for sharing the gifts that have been given to us by the divine that come through us for the divine, for the benefitment of the whole. Thank you. And they say that we are now going to go in to the abundance activation that is supported by Ganesha and Lakshmi of Absolute Light, as well as by Yogananda and Babaji of Absolute Light, the Indian Ascended Masters and God and Goddess who are here to, energies who are here to support us today. And they have asked me to prepare a visual on my screen, which we are going to be looking at for the second part of it. So first we will be led in some breathing by Babaji of Absolute Light, and then it may take me, I've not actually attempted to share my screen before more than once or twice, so if it takes me a couple of moments, please bear with me. And then all you need to do is simply gaze at that, as we will spend some time in silence and some time repeating the same affirmation over and over again. They say, this time I am to say it once, and they want me to say it quite slowly with breaks in between. So they say it may sound weird to the ears, but they want it to be said in this rhythmic way to support its integration into ourselves. And they say you are welcome to either simply listen or to repeat after in your head or to repeat after aloud as you prefer. And you can also experiment with all of these variations. They say, we will be saying it several times. A total of 8 times, so you will have many chances to experiment with different ways and what feels good to you. So placing your right hands on your heart space, and Babaji will be leading us in the breathing process now. And he wishes us simply to do clear and simple rhythmic breathing that will enable us to come into a deeply grounded place, he says. So that the abundance, light codes and energies that we are receiving is able to be more grounded more easily into the physical world. And so he asks us to breathe deeply in through our crown and into the heart space now. And to hold the breath. And to gently release the breath now. And breathing in. Holding. Breathing out. Breathing in. Sorry, excuse my cat. Holding the breath. And breathing out now. Breathing in. Holding the breath. Breathing out now. Breathing in. Holding the breath. And breathing out. Breathing in. Holding the breath. And breathing out. Breathing in. Holding the breath. And breathing out. Thank you. And they wish us to continue with the next part, so I'll set up my screen to share. Okay, it's changed from how it used to be. You used to just be able to share, but now it's telling me I will need to quit Zoom once in order to do it, in order to have permission. So they say we can do this part also without the image and that it doesn't matter. And they ask me to upload it. Or I'll send it to Reba later so she can upload it in our members area so that you can look at it when you do it on replay in your own time, so that right now we don't have to leave the Zoom meeting in order to make that possible. They seem to have changed the settings for that, sorry. So coming back into our heart-centered space within. And simply repeating the abundance affirmation together now. The abundance of the universe is mine. The abundance of the universe. Is mine. The abundance of the universe is mine. Thank you. The abundance of the universe is mine. the abundance of the universe is mine. Thank you. Thank you. The abundance of the universe is mine. The abundance of the universe is mine. The abundance of the universe is mine. And they say that they ask us to continue resting in this place of connection as we now receive, they say, a short message for the group from the Archangel Metatron of Absolute Light. And they say that Mary Magdalene of Absolute Light may also be sharing some things with us here in this group today as a special privilege for where we are on our paths and how dedicated each of us is to our paths and to embodying more of that light at this time. Dearly beloved ones, it is I, the Archangel Metatron of Absolute Light. My brother Melchizedek of Absolute Light is here with me now, and we thank you for gathering in this space here today, for bringing the purity of your hearts, the purity of who you are through your connection to your soul. that you embody as you walk in the world, connected to and acting from this soul-aligned place. Bringing each of the choice points and the decisions about how you are to embody in the world, what choice it is you are to make in a particular moment, how you are to use your time or your energy or the gifts that have been given to you by the divine. As you bring each of these questions into your heart, into this soul aligned place, allowing the divine to guide you upon your path and give you the answers to the questions you have, which are in your heart, knowing that you can always ask. That it is indeed good and right to ask. For the divine loves to receive the questions and the penances of its children, and loves it when you come in prayer, in supplication, and ask to be supported on your path. Asking for divine forgiveness for all that is not aligned in your life. In this particular case, asking for divine forgiveness the divine washing clean all that has not been aligned within you or within your world that may have been preventing you from stepping into a greater embodiment of the divine abundance that you already indeed are, dear beloved ones, and is indeed your divine birthright. I implore you, dearly beloved ones, not to be shy in your asking, not to think that you can have only so much, or that in receiving of something, you take it from another. For it is all simply an exchange of divinely bestowed energy to support you on your path. Just as the gifts that are bestowed upon your head, the gifts from the divine, such as food, such as shelter, such as upliftment, the books or the audios, or the people or the places that you need to support you on your path, being presenced, magically, as it were, put upon the path of your manifestation in the world. Just as this is all simply energy that is being moved by the divine speaking through these gifts of its love for you. And so when you offer your exchange, whether that be through the sharing of your gifts, through extending that food, that sustenance, that drink, that shelter that you have received, and extending it to share it with those one or many others who are less fortunate than yourself. Or whether this be through the energy of money, which has been so discussed and highlighted in your circle today. You are simply taking part in that eternal exchange of energy, giving and receiving, doing each with love, doing each with a feeling of gratitude in your heart for what it is that you have been able to receive, and for what it is that you are able now to share with another because of the bounty of receiving that has been poured upon your head. And as you come into this soul aligned place of perspective in relation to the function that money is playing in your world now, you will see that there is not such a need to be thank you. And I am enacting a clearing and a release for you around this now, in fear around it. As you have been in the past. For money is not something to be grabbed and held on to, but something to be abundantly received and then freely given in return, letting its energy flow through you, supporting not only you but those around you and those you wish to thank for the service that they have provided that for you, whether that be providing you with food, with shelter, with friendship and company on your path, with upliftment of some manner, or money that is given in exchange for the gratitude and joy that you feel when you have some particular object or being, such as a pet, in your life. You see, your money is your expression of your gratitude and your appreciation for all that has been given to you by the divine. Thank you. And I am helping you to integrate this new perspective around money now. Thank you. So that you may come into a new, more spiritual, less materialistic and grabbing understanding of what money it is. For indeed, in its highest purpose and highest timeline, money can be used as an energy that is here to serve the whole. So, how are your choices supporting this? Are your choices with regards to money and with regards to other things in your life supporting this ideal of the highest form of monetary exchange? Or are they not? These are questions that have been brought forth to you so that you can ponder upon them in the days and months going forward. For there is to be a realignment in the way in which money is conceived on your planet. And it is important that you, the light workers and the way showers, are aware of this and allow yourselves to step into the embodiment of this so that your energy of money also, as well as the energetic energy that you bring to the world, can be used in greater service to the whole. And we do not just mean by donating your financial resources to charities, though this is one way perhaps of doing this, but we mean by being very conscious about what you are supporting through your money and in the financial decisions that you are making. Are you literally, we say, buying into, paying into, supporting the creation of a world that supports the whole, that allows for all to live without servitude or undue stress and exertion, that allows for all to meet, to live in joy, with their basic needs and more being met, and coming in to the knowing of themselves in their own divine truth. This is the kind of world that we would ask you to put your money towards supporting. There are many companies in the world now who are starting to work in a way that does indeed, to some extent, in some cases greater, in some cases lesser, uphold this. Uphold the support of each individual, knowing themselves as a soul with unique gifts. uphold the creation of an earth, a Gaia, a planet that is whole and is nourished and can be a joyful and sustaining and supportive home for all. And that includes the beasts, the four-legged beasts that walk upon her, as well as you, dear ones. And while we wish to urge you to consider that there are no, as such, inherently right or inherently wrong answers in any of this. And it is always a case of tapping into your heart's guidance in that moment. We would ask you, dear ones, to be more conscious in the choices that you are making, not allowing the old paradigm of fear that there is not enough to go around, that you are not going to have enough to keep you in servitude to the energy of money, but instead becoming a master of working with abundance in your life in ways that are abundantly rewarding both in energetic terms and in terms of abundance, both for you and for the whole. It is we, it is us, Metatron and Melchizedek, with many interspersions from our beloved sister, the Mary Magdalene of Absolute Light. Thank you. Thank you. So I know that once again we have gone slightly over, so sorry. If any of you need to rush off, you may. Is there anything that anyone would like to share before we? And sorry for my cat being particularly noisy today.
That's pretty cute.
He is very cute, but he has a very loud meow.
Yeah, he does. Oh. Oh.
And he was standing all over my keyboard, which didn't help matters either.
Well, as
he wanted in on the abundance.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny.
I apologize for coming in a little late.
Oh, I didn't realize you were here.
Thinking,
wonderful to see you.
Yeah, yes. I kept thinking it was Wednesday all day. And Becky and I were talking about it just the other day. So I apologize. And I set an alarm, it went off, and I was like, what was that alarm for?
That's so funny.
Yes, but thank you. That was very nice. Very beautiful.
It feels like the energies are very high right now, so that might be keeping you more kind of like not quite as grounded in the physical reality as well.
Yes, plus I'm still not back to work. I'll be working some next week, but I think too, I've kind of lost my days and yes, doing a lot of meditating and.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
What a beautiful way to spend the time though.
Yeah.
That was exhausting.
In what way?
I had it's exhausting. Like I finally built up to an hour. Right when we first started doing these calls, I could do like 15 minutes and I just pass out. And then I build up to an hour, and then you switch it up on me, and now it's like an hour 20, and it's like, I can't keep up.
That's the archangel switching it up on us.
Is that what?
They
No
say we're all
slacks.
doing wonderfully. That's what they say now. We're all doing wonderfully and doing very well at grounding the energy into our bodies and ourselves, they say. And they say that for some of us, that will be extremely exhausting. I know, I mean, my routines are slightly irregular too, which doesn't really help, but I've been really tired the last few weeks. Like I've had to have a lot more naps than I usually have in the middle of the day. And that's the only way I've been able to keep going some days. So I think the energies are just really intense right now. That's what it feels like.
I agree.
The last
And
affirmation,
just declare.
so much heat wave going. I had
Oh,
to
really?
peel off the layers. I was like burning up. So
Oh, it's almost like they're being burned off. That's wonderful.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry about the lack of the image. Like I actually I'll share it with Reba so that she can share it with you. Apparently I need to give, before I didn't have to, but I should have given Zoom permission apparently to share, but because I hadn't, I would need to log out once, which is why we didn't have it. So, but you'll be able to see it on replay.
Can you like make it your background and just duck out?
I'm not so technologically advanced. How do I like when I went to screen share, it doesn't give me an option. It used to give me an option to share it, but now it doesn't for some reason. I'd made it like I'd put
on
it
the
up.
phone app.
But I'm not actually that technologically advanced, and even looking at it again now, I can't work it out. Sorry. So.
Okay. The phone app has a virtual background button, so you can change what's behind you. But I don't know if the computer app has the same thing.
Oh, not that I can see, unless it's like it could be hidden somewhere. But
it probably just doesn't have it. Anyway.
But thank you. That's good to know. I don't actually have a smartphone, but for the future, that's good to know. I will presumably at some point have a smartphone.
Bridge. That's nice. I like that.
What did you say there, Reba?
Look behind Ryan. He's at the Golden Gate Bridge now, all of a sudden.
Oh, how wonderful.
Lovely.
And I'm up in space.
Oh, wow.
Except you can't see me.
I know, you look transparent. Actually, that's so cool.
Click 2 times there.
That is the abundance of the universe.
That's pretty cool.
And the Golden Gate Bridge, what energy of gold, what wonderful energy to end the
I'm going to cut this short a little bit because I really need to get her into bed.
Yes,
so
please.
Yes.
If people want to stay, I could just leave you to talk amongst yourselves, as they say, or we could, she's starting to take over the mouse, and that's always a little tricky.
That's dangerous.
Dangerous.
Thank you, Julia, so much. That was really wonderful. That was awesome.
Thank you all. It's always a pleasure to meet in this time together, and I'm so grateful to be able to meet with you all each month and bring through whatever comes through at that time, in that moment. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We've loved everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Julia.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all for being here. Good night.